Hi everybody, I'm Sal Maiorana from the Democrat and Chronicle in Rochester, and I am at One Bills Drive on a Wednesday afternoon getting ready for the Bills-Titans game Sunday at Nissan Stadium. The news obviously in Buffalo right now is the quarterback situation. Josh Allen remains in concussion protocol today, and I have a feeling that he's going to remain there the rest of the week. I would think it's going to be highly unlikely that Allen will be able to play in this game Sunday. Look, for a quarterback, you need to have the full practice week, especially a second-year quarterback like Josh Allen, who is still trying to figure things out. I think it'd be very difficult for him to miss practice. He is going to miss practice today. He'll only be doing individual drills on the side, and I would find it hard to believe that he'll play in the game Sunday. So that means Matt Barkley is likely to get the start against the Titans. And look, the Bills could do a whole lot worse at backup quarterback than Matt Barkley. Barkley's been in the league since about 2013, I believe. He hasn't played a whole lot. Came out of USC and has kind of been disappointing, but it seems like he's found a good fit here in Buffalo to be Josh Allen's backup, his mentor, and he's a guy that can go in and I think can get things done for you on a short-term basis. We saw this last year. He joined the team a little before the middle of the year and was thrust into action when Josh Allen went down with an elbow injury. He played one game. It happened to be against the Jets at the Meadowlands, and he directed a 41-10 blowout in that game. He threw for 232 yards and 2 touchdowns. So I think in Barkley, they've got a veteran guy who understands how to play in this league, and if he's going to get the full week of first-team practice reps, they can tailor a game plan that can be more suited to what he can do as opposed to Josh Allen. He had to come in last week in the fourth quarter against New England, and it's a very tough situation. They were down 16-10 when he got in the ball game. Fourth quarter, the Patriots defense is outstanding, and Barkley had 4 possessions and was unable to produce any points. But that's tough, having had almost no practice time last week. This week, I think the Bills are going to give him all the first-team reps, and it should be a different player that we see on Sunday afternoon. Now, as far as Tennessee is concerned, the Titans are going to be confronted with really one of the best defenses in the NFL. The numbers say that, and if you watch the film, it's very clear this Buffalo defense does a lot of things well. In particular, tremendous against the pass. Buffalo's secondary, from the edges to the deep guys in the middle, maybe the best secondary in the NFL. Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde, the 2 safeties, have been widely considered the best safety tandem in the league. And if you look at their corners, Trey White and Levi Wallace, they're really doing a nice job in man or zone coverage. So I know Tennessee's wide receivers had a good game last week. Marcus Mariota threw for 3 touchdowns. I think he's going to find some struggles against this Buffalo secondary on Sunday. One thing the Bills do need to pick up on is their pass rush. They've only got 7 sacks this season. It isn't always about sacks. They have had some pressure and some hurries, but I think the Bills are going to need to do a better job, especially against a guy like Marcus Mariota, who is mobile and can get out of the pocket and make plays on the edges. So that's going to be a key thing too. Derrick Henry, Sean McDermott already acknowledged that he understands just how good of a player he is. So if you look back to the Bills game against the Giants in Week 2, Saquon Barkley, arguably the best running back in football, had a great first drive, tore the Bills apart, and from that moment on, he did very little. He gained 57 yards the rest of the day in that game, a Buffalo victory. So I think the Bills understand they have to find a way to contain Derrick Henry. They've done a pretty good job in the run game so far, so I think that's going to be a key matchup as well. I think if Tennessee establishes its running game, that could create some problems for this Buffalo defense. But as I said, this is one of the best units in the league, and really nothing has worked too well. They made Tom Brady last week look like a run-of-the-mill guy. I mean, he looked 42 years old. I know that's kind of cliche to say, but he was not a good player at all last week, and he acknowledged after the game how good this Buffalo defense is. So Sunday afternoon, it's a big game for both teams. I think Tennessee obviously will be in the mix for the AFC South title, but they're also going to be in the mix for a wild card berth. That's what Buffalo will be aiming for all year. They're not going to beat the Patriots and win the AFC East, so they're going to be in that wild card schmozzle, and this is a big game. You've got to get these head-to-head wins against teams that are probably going to be in a similar situation. So Nissan Stadium Sunday afternoon. Bills-Titans should be an interesting, low-scoring, defensive type of game. I'm Sal Maiorana from the Democrat and Chronicle.